Hello, my name is Rafael Rondon, and I'm the VP of Hygiene Operations for Coast Dental. It is an honor to be here and to be able to be part of this virtual job fair, which is now the new norm. Everything's done virtually, as we all know. So one of the things that I want to also say is I want to thank everybody that's on this presentation of this job fair. Is that thank you for being part of it. Thank you for taking the time to listen to us and what we have to offer. I'm going to let you give you more information about who I am. I've been a hygienist for 30 years, and I graduated in New York City in the Bronx, for those that are from New York City in that area. I also had the opportunity to work in a hospital setting, which gave me a lot of the opportunity to be able to work with different type of patients that were coming through based on the area that I worked in. After that, I worked in a few general practices, which again gave me a different leverage looking at things from a hospital setting to a practice setting to how they work differently. And maybe a few years after that, I started working with a periodontist, which that brought me into a different level of looking at things when it comes to the periodontist's eyes and how he looks at things to be able to ensure that we're doing a great job when it comes to our services to our patients. So one of the things that I did after a few years of working in the practices in New York and so on, I moved to Florida. Little did not know that I had to take my whole national board exam all over again. And that was tough. If you guys are planning to move down for any reason or relocate, start thinking about that, because that's a thing that you're gonna perhaps have to do again, even though the laws have changed for Florida. So I believe that the written part of it is not something you have to do, is more the practical or the laws itself. So after I got my license here in Florida, I landed here at Coast Dental. And to me, I was a little bit afraid of working with a group practice, or dental group practice, or DSO, or some of you guys know it by corporate. I was afraid because a lot of my friends in the past have always told me how they felt about working with a group practice, in the sense of they thought that it was all about production, about money, about seeing a certain amount of patients a day, to 20 to 30 patients a day, which is, I was able to discover that first week of training that it was not true at all. I discovered that the focus was completely on the patient. And to me, it was a surprising moment, because I saw that everything that was trained and informed and educated at that point was all aligned to what the Academy of Periodontology in the ADA indicates us to do, which is do full mouth probing, do caries assessment on patients, do oral cancer screenings, everything that requires you to ensure that you're doing the right services for your patient, and gathering all the information to be able to then get a good diagnosis from the doctor to do the right procedures with your patient. So to me, working in a place that I started to see that was patient focused was incredible. And at the same time, that part about schedules that they said that we had to see 20 to 30 and 40 patients a day was not true at all. I mean, it was all about looking at that patient, looking at the patient's need, and was able to place that patient in the schedule based on the services you're going to be rendering. And I didn't have to see no more than 7 patients a day. I started seeing that it was all about quality than quantity. And that was the vision that Coast was really delivering to every provider, every hygienist that was coming on board, to ensure that it was all about quality. And that to me just became an incredible setting, because I felt the same feeling that when I graduated from hygiene school, that I was going out there to fix the world when it comes to the hygiene world. I was going to go there and do the best that I and everything that I learned. And I discovered that when I started and when I landed at Coast Dental, compared to where I was before, maybe in private office, sometimes you stay stagnant, sometimes you stay in your same routine, sometimes things start happening that you just focus on one thing and you don't continue to groom and grow and develop, because you're probably the solo hygienist in that practice. So being part of the Coast Dental gave me the opportunity to start looking at things in a different way and be able to partner with other hygienists that were also in the group, to hear and learn from others as well. And that to me was amazing. A few years after, they asked me to be a coordinator. And what does that mean? A coordinator is a person that helped with the onboarding of our hygienists. That means that I was able to do the same thing they did for me in the beginning when I started at Coast, to be able to educate and train and bring the guidelines and the protocols that all align itself again with the Academy of Periodontology and the ADA, which is what we follow to ensure that we're doing the right thing for our patients, because those are evidence-based situations or programs or things that are out there to help us be a better hygienist. So to me, I was honored to be able to do the same thing they did for me, to be able to develop those and bring onboarding hygienists that at times were just hygienists just graduated from college. Others were more seasoned hygienists. But again, we were all partnering together to give our patients the best care. A few years after that, I became the administrator. At that point, yes, I had to leave the chair, but it gave me the opportunity to be able to go out there and train and mentor other hygienists. I mean, it was an amazing experience for me because not only was I able to hear from other hygienists how they did things, but and also I was able to incorporate that into my message as I was going to different offices, helping with the training and based on any challenges anyone may have when it comes to perhaps patient acceptance or how to create time management. I used to get different ideas from different people and be able to incorporate that into the message of my training, which to me was an amazing opportunity. A few years after that, which is now what I'm living right now, is that I have the honor to be the VP of Hygiene Operations for Coast Dental. To me, this is an incredible honor because now I have the support and the privilege to work with an entire team that is also supporting hygiene when it comes to the district managers, when it comes to the regional managers, when it comes to the actual practice managers. We're all working together to ensure that we're all together working and supporting our teams when it comes to delivering the best standard of care for every single patient. So I have that privilege of being now the support part of delivering great tools, delivering things that are going to be for patient take home products that are going to help them at home as well, be able to give the best instruments out there, the best things that are going to be to support a hygienist. And I have the privilege of working together and partnering together with Andrew Johnston, which is the hygiene director for Coast Dental. And him and I are now working together to ensure that we could help and bring that empowerment for all the hygienists in the organization. So to me, it is an honor to say that being part of Coast Dental, again, and I love to say this word, being the world of hygiene within Coast Dental is an incredible one because we are all working together to ensure that we're giving our patients the best standard of care. So if you want to be part of us, start looking at that opening piece that we're trying to offer you guys. And one of my best quote that I love to always say is, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And here at Coast Dental, we love what we do because we know that we're making a difference in every patient that comes through us and every patient that comes and hear our educational pieces and what we're doing for them is amazing. So we want to make sure that if you don't have a place to come and a place to work or you're looking for a place that will give you the opportunity to do and give your patient the best standard of care, come and join us. You're going to love being with us and you're going to enjoy the world that you're going to be in, which is a hygiene world within Coast.